In this video, we teach you how to add a dynamic header in the CodeBehind framework. First, we add a directory in the www root path and put an empty CSS file in it. Then, on the main page of default aspx, between the head tag, we specify the path of the CSS file. Then we add a directory named template in the www root path and place an empty file named header aspx in it. We delete the texts of the header aspx file and enter the properties related to the CodeBehind framework in this page according to the video. We want to convert header aspx into a header template. You can use the headers available on the internet and design the header yourself. We decided to use a ready-made header on the internet. According to the video, we copy the HTML values in the header aspx file and the style values in the style.css file. In the controller _and_ model directory located in the class directory, we create a directory named template. In this directory, we add a new class named headerController.cs. Then we create a controller class according to the CodeBehind framework in this file and completely delete the default values. Note: creating the controller class in the framework is simple. You write a using CodeBehind at the top of the page and then write the name of the project in front of the namespace. Then write a public partial class with the desired class name and add the CodeBehind controller interface to it. Finally, You add a public void method named pageLoad in the controller class and write the HTTP context argument named context as the input of the method. In this directory, we add a new class named headerModel.cs. We completely clear the default values and then create a model class according to the CodeBehind framework in this file. Creating a model class is also simple in the CodeBehind framework. Watch the video to learn how to build a model class in the CodeBehind framework. We must create this model class in the controller class. We created an instance of this class publicly inside the controller class. But it is not mandatory, and you can create one or more instances of the model class inside the methods of the controller class. In order for you to understand the concept of dynamic header in the CodeBehind framework, and also the header we created does not have only a fixed value, in the controller class, we set the model attribute with a random value. Note: you must enter the view method at the end of the pageLoad method or before you return in this method, and place the example created from the model you introduced on the aspx page inside the view method. Then we enter the model attribute in the header aspx page. In the default aspx page, we add an attribute named model header value. Then we add the header value attribute in the default model class. We create a new instance of the CodeBehind execute class. Then we enter the run method, the context argument and the path of the header aspx file and set the header value attribute with the output of this method. We execute the project. As you can see, the CSS file values were not called in the program.cs class. We must call the useStaticFiles method so that we can access the static values in the www root path. To call static files, we put the useStaticFiles method above the run method. We run the project again. As you can see, every time the page is refreshed, the new random value is visible.